She'd known the girl was miserable as her sister would be by now. Lily slipped an arm around Edith. If only she could find Daisy. During the past few weeks of living in Farwell's only temperance hotel, Lily had done the best she could to search for her sister among the dregs, and after questioning some of the prostitutes, like Edith, she was confident Daisy hadn't been in Farwell. None of the shanty boys she'd talked to had seen anyone who fit the description of her sister, and she'd jabbered with plenty of the boys over the past month while helping photograph the lumber camps in the area. The squeak of cutter blades on the icy road and the jangle of horse harnesses sent Lily's heart slipping downhill. Silently, she stepped to the side of the building and pulled Edith next to her. She put her mittened hand to her lips in warning. "If Big Joe finds me, he'll beat me," the girl's voice wobbled. "Stay right by my side," Lily whispered. "I won't let anything happen to you." The cutter inched down the wide main street of the sleeping lumber town. In the pre-dawn light, Lily could make out the hunched back of the driver. She released a breath and squeezed Edith. "Everything's all right. It's Orrin." Lily moved away from the hotel and waved at the oncoming cutter. It slid to a stop, rattling the camera equipment that was piled high on the supply sled tied to the rear. Beneath a black derby hat, Orrin's bushy eyebrows narrowed to a dark V. He shook his head and muttered, "What in the hairy hound do you think you're doing?" "Edith needs a ride out of town," Lily said, "and since we're leaving, I figured we could give her a hand."
"Girl, you're going to be the death of me one of these days."
She was sure Orrin was remembering the rescue from the previous month over near Averill that had resulted in a chase and several gunshots. "Well now," she patted his arm, "if you stay quiet enough, we'll be able to get out of town before anyone hears us." Orrin grumbled again. Thankfully, his walrus mustache muffled most of his words. Lily helped Edith into the cutter and draped a thick buffalo robe across her. She brushed the girl's tangled hair out of her face. The heavy locks were in need of a good washing and brushing. "You're going to be just fine now." She gave the girl the same smile and reassurance she used to give her sister on the many dark and lonesome nights when it had been just the two of them, when she'd been the only one to comb the tangles from Daisy's hair, hold her tight, and wipe the tears off her cheeks. She'd had to be both mother and father for as long as she could remember. The ache in her heart squeezed painfully. Who was wiping Daisy's tears now? A gust of frigid air slipped under Lily's collar and slithered down her back. She shivered and drew her coat tighter, but the cold tentacles of guilt gripped her insides and wouldn't let go. How could she have let this happen? It had always been her job to protect her little sister and to make sure she was safe and happy. How could she have failed so horribly? Lily climbed into the open sleigh and tucked the blanket under Edith's quivering chin. She grazed the girl's cheek. "It's all over now." The girl nodded, but her focus darted to the open window of the hotel, where the edge of a tattered curtain blew through the opening like a crooked finger beckoning Edith to return. "By the time the cookie blows the nooning horn," Lily said softly, "you'll be settled safe and warm in your new home." Home. Tight anguish pushed up Lily's throat. If only someone had rescued her and Daisy long ago, and if only she and Daisy could have had a real home and a real family, then maybe Daisy wouldn't have had to run away. Lily ducked her head to hide the sudden pool of tears that the bitter January air had already turned cold. The slam of a door somewhere down the street echoed in the hollowness of dawn, and she quickly wedged herself into the tight space left on the seat. "We best be going." She kept her gaze straight ahead. Orrin grunted.
"Now that